Jacob, did you leave your brother at home?
That wasn't very nice. I'm a little sibling, so. How many years apart are you and Isaac? 5? Is that right? Yeah.
She's sitting on the floor. How was the beach? Nice. When we were there, we drove past Florida. It was too cold to like go anywhere, but but we saw Floribama, but we didn't go. Your brother said he left you at home, but I see you. You're right here. You didn't get left behind. No. Did you have a good week? Good. Spring break? I'm gonna go sit, okay? Let's go. I'm ready. You think you know all the prayers? Let's switch. Okay, we're gonna switch. We're gonna start.
Nope.
If he knows it all, he can do it, but I applaud the enthusiasm. Shabbat shalom, everyone. I hope everybody, were you guys on spring break? Eliana, were you on spring break? Yeah, so I know a lot of our friends who still are in school had no school this week. Eliana did gymnastics camps. What did you guys do? I think I know what you did too. What did you do? Were you at the beach? You went to the beach? Fun, fun, fun. What did you do this past week? Were you on spring break? Spring break. Did you go to school today? You were on spring break or no? You were. Did you do anything this week? Okay, was it fun? Awesome. Wonderful. Grown-ups, are we all ready for school to start again? Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Wonderful. Well, so great for us to be together and to celebrate Shabbat. Let us sing Hinei Tov. Hinei Tov u'manayim, Shevet Achim gam yachad. Hinei Tov u'manayim, Shevet Achim gam yachad. Hinei Tov, Hinei Tov. Ya la la, ya la 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 la. Hinei Tov, Hinei Tov. Ya la la, ya la 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 la. Hinei Tov u'manayim, Shevet Achim gam yachad. Hinei Tov u'manayim, Shevet Achim gam yachad. Let us welcome Shabbat by lighting our Shabbat candles. I invite you, Eliana knows that she's coming up to help tonight. I invite you to turn in your prayer books to page 120. The candles are up there. You gotta help me over there. You gonna lift it or you want me to lift it? Do it together. Higher, higher, higher. Higher. This one. Higher. We join together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, shal Shabbat. We're gonna have five too. Let us continue reading together a prayer on page 125. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished? Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat, abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. on this day, Shabbat, abide. As we enter Shabbat, I'm curious if during this week where some of us did different things than we're used to doing, if there's something new that you did or something that you accomplished, something that was amazing that you're carrying with you into this Shabbat. If anybody wants to share. Anyone? Eliana, do you want to share anything new you did this week? No? Okay. Anybody want to share anything? We're all boring people sharing. Yes, would you like to share? Lovely. That's a good thing, right?
What'd you get on the back now?
Yeah?
Chunky wants me to share a one egg
Yes.
for man.
Nice. Did you give out prizes when you did go there?
Bushwhacker.
Okay.
Got him a shirt.
Wonderful. Anybody else? Something you're carrying with them? Yeah.
I learned that when you delete emails from your server, it takes them out of your computer, your phone, and I accidentally wiped them all out, and they were restored, so now I've been deleting one by one. I think I deleted 12,000 emails this past week.
Does that feel like a good accomplishment?
I still have a few thousand.
Yeah, I think I have 30,000 unread emails on my phone, so I understand. None of them are working.
I didn't know they were synchronized, you know.
Oh, they're all attached.
Server.
Yeah.
Still waiting on it. Emails you?
You're still waiting on an email? I promise I've read all of the ones from here. Yes, Eliana.
We broke Passover.
We broke Passover. And was,
Last night.
right. And what did you really like? What was so delicious that you ate? What did we eat? You don't remember? Spaghetti and pizza. Nice. Carbo low fast last night. It was delicious. We went to, what was the name of this? Raga for the first time. It was very good. Anybody else? Were you gonna share? No? Okay. You got pointed at everything.
I had ice cream.
You had ice cream? So you broke Passover with ice cream? Nice. Well, as we think, what?
Couldn't wait till eight.
Oh, we did it. We went out to dinner at like 6. Yeah, we went out to dinner at like 6. Well, as we carry all of these wonderful things with us into Shabbat, let us welcome the Sabbath presence with the words of Lecha Dodi, pages 138 and 139. We'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And if you are comfortable doing so when we get to that 9th and final verse, if you'd like to rise and face the door with which you entered so we can greet Shabbat just like you would greet a friend if they came over to your house. So let us welcome Shabbat, page 138 and 139. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad hishmianu el hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'Shem u'tiferet ve'litila Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Merosh Mikedem Nesucha Sof Ma'aseh B'maksheva Techila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Hitoreri Kiva Orech Kumi Ori Uri Shir Daberi Kevod Adonai Alaich Nigla Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. I invite you to rise if you wish. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvesohola toch emunei am segula boi chala Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. You may be seated. Let us continue this theme of welcoming as we welcome the ministering angels of Shabbat, page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 144. Chatzi Kaddish is our transitional moment in services. So everything we've done to welcome Shabbat and to get to this moment is what is preparing us to be ready to enter Baruch Hu, which is basically us knocking on God's door, whatever you believe that to be, and saying that we're here and we're ready to pray. So I'm curious if anybody can think of other things in our lives that we prepare for, other things that we need transitional moments to help us enter them. Bed. Nice.
Getting dressed in the morning.
Getting ready for the day, Anybody on any sports teams? Do you do a warm-up before you play? Yeah?
We run around the bases before we start batting.
Yeah, you run around the bases to warm up before your t-ball game? Anybody else? Yeah? Yeah, you gotta prepare? Wonderful. There are all these different moments that help us either start the day or start an activity or wind down the day. Our prayer is set up the same way because the rabbis who put together prayer realized we couldn't just walk in, sit down, and be ready to go right away. That we needed some time to rev our engines and to warm up. And when we get to this moment, Chatzi Kaddish, supposedly we're supposed to be ready. So whatever it is for you to get ready, if that is taking another deep breath, if that is trying to lift the burdens of the week, all those check marks that didn't get done on your to-do list, if you put them aside, whatever it is that you need to enter this moment of prayer, I invite you to do so as we join together in that transitional prayer, Chatzi Kaddish, page 144. Yitzgadal v'kadash Shemei Rabbah ve'alma divrach yotev yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchayei dekol beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv ve'imeru Yahei Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Olam Me'omaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitroman V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitoleh V'yitalal Shemei Dekudasha Le'ela Min Kol Berchata V'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma ve'imeru. And as we turn the page to page 146, I invite you to rise. Baruchu et Adonai Hamevorach Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Le'olam Vaed Hamevorach Hamevorach Le'olam Vaed. You may be seated. Let us read together on page 148. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Sivaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. We continue together on page 150. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, We will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Page 152, and I invite you to rise if you wish. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated. We continue chanting together, page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol avavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha vishinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvleftecha v'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kiddoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. We read together on page 156. All this we hold to be true and trustworthy for us. You alone are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You are our sovereign and Savior, who delivers us from oppressors' hands and saves us from tyrants' fists. You work wonders without number, marvels beyond count. You give us life and steady our footsteps. You perform miracles for us before Pharaoh, signs and wonders in the land of the Egyptians. You led your people Israel out from their midst to freedom for all time. When your children witnessed your dominance, they praised your name in gratitude, and they accepted your sovereignty. Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices joyously. Page 158. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, o seifele, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Let us read together on page 160. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Does anybody want to share their favorite part about Shabbat? Anybody have a favorite part about Shabbat? Yeah, what's your favorite part? Singing.
Singing the song, the prayer before you drink the wine.
Okay, singing. Maggie, that's a lot of people's favorite part. Singing the big prayer before we drink the wine. Yeah.
Opening the ark.
Opening the ark. Is it opening the ark or is it getting the candy after you open the ark? Fancy, which means a little bit of both. Yeah.
Love your sermons.
Thank you. Yeah.
Eating the almond.
Eating them. Oh, that's what I thought she was gonna say. Yeah. Every part.
Even when you do things that sing songs like this at services.
Ah. Spoken like true rabbits. Double rabbits. Yeah. Missionero. Anybody else have a favorite moment of Shabbat? And I'll also add the opportunity to just be together. Whether that be in this space or whether that be around a dinner table or around a table at a restaurant. Let us think about all those things we love about Shabbat as we continue to sanctify it. The words of Vishamru, page 162. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Page 164, we enter our Amidah, our central prayers of our evening service. We will chant together in Hebrew the right-hand side of the page for a few pages, reminding you that since we have made it through Passover, that when we get to our prayer reminding us of strength, we pray now instead of for rain, but for dew. So it's the summer insertion. Starting to feel like summer out, I think. I am not going to like it when it gets to, what does it get to? 100 and whatever here. But today's humidity was gorgeous. Can we have this every day? Every day of the summer. A little warmer is okay, but if the humidity stays the same. And none of that soup stuff that I got when we first moved here. But just a reminder that we now pray instead of for rain, for dew, when we get to our Givrot prayer. Page 164, I invite you to rise. Adonai sifatai tiftach, ufi yagitek ilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotinu, V'imotenu, invite you now to continue with silent prayer. Either the words you find on the pages until page 180, or just the words you find in your own hearts this evening, and you may be seated whenever you wish. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Eliana, when we prepare for bedtime, how many times do we sing that song in a row right now? 3. Why?
It helps me sleep.
Yeah. So we do a lot of singing in our house at bedtime, and different moments are different songs that are requested. And right now, that version of Oseh Shalom seems to be on the top list of requests in our house. And I will say, I think because of that, I think it's the moment that Eliana starts drifting, I think, to sleep when we're singing. That it really is, whenever I sing, it brings me these moments of shalom, these moments of peace. And maybe there is a song for each one of you, whether it be a Jewish song or a song you hear on the radio that brings you peace. We each have the moments to find our peace. But we know that there are people in this room, people in our families, our neighbors, our community, and across the world who are having a little bit more trouble finding their peace. And it's possibly because they suffer illness of body, illness of spirit, or illness of mind. So let us turn now to prayers of healing. Our UJCBR prayer of healing can be found on page 371. As a community tonight, we think of Joy Lewis, Lucy Silva, Minna Bat Yentl, Mordechai Ben Dina, Rowan Hausman, Anna Carlo, Judy Roheim, Frida Tamaro Bat Liba Bela, Manucha Pesa Bat Cherny Umosha, Gretchen Haynes, Steve Sinkoff, Ruby Smolinski, Lee Kaplan, Jennifer Casson, Vicky Furstel, Storm Matthews, Evo Spalatin of the older generation, Terry Stern, Judith Von Brentnell, Beau DeBlue, Kaylee Barron, Laura Swire, Cecil Botyentel, Sue Barton, and Harvey Schwartzberg. If there are others you are thinking of this Shabbat evening, if you'd like to share their names aloud, I invite you to do so.
George Fox.
For the names we heard aloud and those whom we hold in our hearts, we pray for healing. Misheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. In your life, when you have an important decision to make, do you make it all on your own? Or do you ask people you trust? Do you call upon a role model? I'm lucky to have people I call upon when I need advice. There have been times, though, when I skipped that step, the step of calling upon others to help me make a decision, and the outcome was probably not as desirable if I would have asked for help. Sometimes it's hard to know when to ask for help. But there are two small words that stood out to me in our Torah portion this week that remind me and teach us how important it is not to skip that step. This Shabbat we read a portion called Shmini, which means eighth. All that preceded this eighth day, stories we're familiar with, the Exodus from Egypt, the revelation at Mount Sinai, and the building and dedication of the Mishkan, the tabernacle, was a process designed to bring God's presence into the camp of Israel. For 7 days, Aaron and his sons have trained to serve as priests. And now, on the 8th day, nearly 1 year since the Exodus, the moment is here when Moses calls on Aaron and his sons. And it is in this calling where two small words stood out to me. The verse in our text reads in Hebrew, Vayehi bayom hashmini kara Moshe la'aharon ulvanav ulziknei Yisrael. On the 8th day, Moses called Aaron and his sons and the elders of Israel. A verse that seems kind of unimportant because many, many, many times throughout our Torah, we are told that Moses called to Aaron and his sons. But in this verse, it's slightly different. Moses isn't just calling to Aaron and his sons. We have the words Ziknei Yisrael, the elders of Israel. Why would the elders be mentioned in this verse when typically only Aaron and his sons are mentioned when discussing the priestly duties, discussing the sacrifices? Rashi says that Moses summons the elders so that they can hear for themselves that God wants Aaron to serve as high priest. In this way, they cannot claim that he is taking the position without it being given to him. Rashi considers the elders' role as evidential, but not functional. Other scholars agree with Rashi and add that calling the elders was only to give them honor. Ramban, on the other hand, sees the role of the elders as an integral part of this installation of the priests. He believes the elders are to stand with Aaron when he offers the sacrifice and help. They're there to help Aaron explain the sacrifices to the entire community. Rashi says the elders are acting just as witnesses. Ramban believes they have their own role in the ceremony. And another view, which is taught by Rabbi Akiva in a midrash, reminds me why it is so important to have people to call upon when we need advice. The midrash tells the story that Rabbi Akiva said, "Why is Israel likened to a bird? Just as a bird cannot fly without wings, so Israel cannot survive without its elders. The influence of the elders is exceedingly great. If they are old, they are beloved by the Holy One, blessed be God. And if they are young, the children are attracted to them. So the body of the bird can only succeed with the partnership of its wings." Other places in Torah, the elders are not mentioned. And if we look at two other pivotal moments in Torah where the elders were not mentioned, we can learn from this comparison how essential mentioning them are. In the episode of the golden calf, the impatient Israelite people acted on their own and did not consult the elders. Also, in the Joseph saga, if the brothers would not have acted on their own but would have consulted their father, the outcome could have possibly been different. Including the elders in our verse in this week's reading, for me, then makes perfect sense, even if they didn't play a real role in the implementation of the sacrifices. The Torah is teaching us that it is important not to be like the Israelites who built the golden calf or the brothers who tried to get rid of Joseph, but instead be like this new generation of people who are now ordaining priests and bringing God's presence into their midst. Just like the Israelites needed their elders, we too need people we can call upon to witness our actions and help us make decisions. Our tradition actually teaches that when two people are in communication with each other, whether they are arguing or agreeing, they bring God's presence into their lives. So when we reach out to our elders, our role models, our sounding boards, we are being like the priests ordained in this week's Torah portion and bringing God's presence into our lives. As we together continue to build upon the strong foundation of each legacy congregation, we are doing the same. We are not only talking to the longtime members of each congregation to learn, but are also archiving materials to also use as our Ziknei Yisrael. Because of this hard work by many of you in the room tonight, we will be like the generations of the priests in this week's Torah portion, and hopefully, just like they were able to, we will bring God's presence into our midst as well. So let us each be lucky enough to find our own personal and communal Ziknei Yisrael. And when we are able to reach out to them, let us get the gift of feeling God's presence, or whatever you believe that to be, in each of our individual lives. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, Jeopardy question that Henry is not allowed to answer. Passover might be over, and we have another holiday coming up, but what are we doing to get there? Counting, awesome. So we are currently counting the Omer. So we just are finishing when the sun goes down the 8th day. So we're going to count the next day together. You can find the blessing for counting the Omer in your prayer books, page 570. So I'm going to invite you to turn to page 570. And when you get there, I will invite you to please rise. We'll join together in our blessing in Hebrew and then in English. And then together in English, we will pronounce the next day of the Omer. If you would like, please join with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Today is the 9th day, which is 1 week and 2 days of the Omer. Going to invite now if any of Isaac's favorite part, any of the kids in the room want to come on up to help open our ark. You'll get candy if you do. Not that you should do it for the candy, but maybe. I'm going to invite everybody else to turn to the words of Aleinu, which can be found on page 586. Perfect. All the way open. They might need help with the button. Do you have the button? Isaac, will you do the button? It's hard. I've already asked for no buttons in the next one. Keep opening. Don't hit Isaac, but keep opening. Let us join together. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tei gedula liotzer b'reishit, shelo asanu kigoyei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'goraleinu kekol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtafavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamachim hakadosh baruch hu she'unotei shamayim ve'yoser haaretz u'moshe yikaro b'shamayim ima'al u'shkinatu zo Begokei meromim hu Eloheinu ein od evet molkeinu efes ulato kakatuv betorato vayadata hayom v'hashavota elevavecha ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim b'shamayim mimal ve'al haaretz mitachat ein od. Let us read together on page 591. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Love each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'nemar v'chaya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yihya Adonai echad u'shemo echad. You may close the ark. You may be seated.
Thank you, Mommy. I got the green one. I got the old.
As our prayers draw to a close on this Shabbat evening, we turn our thoughts to our loved ones who are no more. Tonight, we remember one who passed away in the past 30 days, Stephen Zuckerman. And to his name, we add the names of those who passed away during the past year: Joanne Strickler, Richard Stone, John Wormser, Robert Eisenbach, Jerry Suppos, Donald Kim, Hannah Bine, Nathan Zuckerman, Bernie Flicker, Herman Van Oz, Shirley Marvin, Victoria Vestel, Morris Bonadonna, Lynn Schmulin, Jerry Black, Abraham Hutt, Ronald St. Pierre, Josh Yellen, Celestina Kovacevic, Margaret Shaw, Albert Frankel, and Jerry Adams. We also think of those who died at this season in years past and whose family members are observing the Yortzeit, the anniversary of death, on this Shabbat. Carolyn Azanovsky, Timothy Barnett, Arlene Bishop, Sidney Blitzer Sr., Mimi Brown, Rebecca Brooks, William Folks, Harvey Hoffman, Abe Kaplan, Hans Alex Kaufman, Phyllis Kessler, Kevin Lambert, Clarence Meyer, Michael Novick, T-Bar Parozzi, Sylvia Robbins, Eileen Silverman, David Snyder, Alphonse Weil, Henry Weinstein, Stanley Wertheim. If there are others you are thinking of this evening, if you'd like to share their names aloud, I invite you to do so. For those names we heard aloud and those whom we hold in our hearts, we turn together to the words of Mourner's Kaddish, page 598, and I invite you to rise if you wish. Yit gadol v'yit kadash shemei Rabba, ve'alma divrach hirotei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dekol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yahei shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam olamei omaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudasha parichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yahei shlama Rabba min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May all their memories be for a blessing, as together we say, Amen. You may be seated. Heather, I'm going to invite you up now. Representing our board, Heather will share some announcements with us. Thank you.
All right, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for services. We welcome everyone. Tomorrow morning, there is Torah study at 9:30 a.m. in the social hall and on Zoom. Minyan is at 10 a.m. in the green room, and services at 10:30 a.m. in the sanctuary or on YouTube. Join the Saxey family on Zoom for Havdalah at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night. And join us on Monday, the April 17th, to commemorate Yom HaShoah, the Holocaust Remembrance Day. We'll begin at 6 p.m. at Episcopal for those who want to tour the traveling Anne Frank exhibit, before joining at 7 p.m. in the Episcopal Auditorium for a remembrance ceremony, where we will also announce the winners of the Holocaust essay contest. Mitzvah Day is on Sunday, April the 30th. We're taking donations of all values, and hope you will join us to volunteer your time and give back to our greater community. Our next adult learning session is the writings of Josephus on Sunday, April 23rd at 2 p.m. with Ben Sheber. Rabbi Smiley's lifelong learning class has been rescheduled from April the 8th and May 14th to May 7th and May 21st. All of this information and more can be found in our weekly email announcements, our monthly newsletter, or on our website and by calling the office. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much. Oh, do you want candy? You can pass it out to everybody else. It's up here for the taking for anybody else who wants it afterwards. You know what? I don't think I ever give the board member representative a piece of candy. I should be giving out candy, right? That's a good comment as well. Anything I missed for announcements that we missed? I will just add, if you're interested in joining us at Episcopal, I'm very excited for this partnership with them, and Michael and Joey Roth will be helping add music to that ceremony. So I know that it will be even more beautiful because of the two of them participating. It's the same ceremony that will also be lighting our 6 yellow candles representing the 6 million with participation from the community. Any other? So let us end tonight with Kiddush and Motzi. The challah is back. No more matzah. So we got some challah hiding under there. Do you want to come help? Come on up. We can find our Shabbat evening Kiddush, page 123. When Jacob takes the tinfoil off of that wine cup and holds it in the air, maybe James heard you didn't like it. It'll be our secret. It's empty. It's not really a secret. I have no idea why it was covered with nothing in it. The funny story is that every other week Jacob has helped me. He has taken a sip and it's been wine and not grape juice. And I don't know if everybody has seen the lovely facial expression that has followed, but I definitely have. So just pretend to take a sip. Well, we have juice and wine here. I apologize. I have no idea why it's empty. Let's still do it while we are together. Page, Elijah already came and thought this was his cup. I don't know. Page 123, Jacob, hold that cup high. Everybody can come on up if they want. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lamikrae kodesh Zecher letziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'charta Ve'otanu kidashta Mikol hamim Ve'shabbat kodshecha Be'ahava uvratzon Hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. I'm going to say it anyway. L'chaim. Wouldn't it be funny if at this point you turned it upside down if I wouldn't have told anybody, right? Okay, all of my friends up here, will you help uncover that challah that's hiding underneath there? Is there a challah under there? It's not empty, is it? There's a challah there? Okay, let's join together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lachem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom.
Mommy, why did you cover it like that?
Oh, why is it? I don't know why. Ask Mr. James. He sets it up for us. Have some challah, friends. Everybody come up and have some challah. You're allowed to be. Don't eat that one. Pick a different one. Don't eat that one. Yeah, there's a bit of bug on my face this whole service. I don't think you're greedy. You're not greedy. How was the beach? Was it warm enough to play on the beach? Well, I will say when we went to lunch, it was like in the 40s and 30s and up in Don't eat that. You have a lot more to go. You didn't even make it through one? I was like, there's more than 10 on one, so. Okay. I apologize that you came up to help and there was, I have no idea why there would be a lid in it with nothing on it. Did you finish that root beer from the other day? Nice. Did you share? With no one? Okay. So you didn't drink. Okay, that's better. I'm not even your parent, but I still think that's better. going out that door.